Hi, Jam. It's Michael. I wanted to talk a little bit about your website and give you a sense of the process that I normally use when bringing clients on board. I get a fair number of requests online for video reviews of their content marketing, whether it's their website or their house page or their social media. So I thought I'd do the same just to give you a sense of how this works. And what I use primarily for lead generation, or actually lead conversion once I've attracted them to my site and had them fill out a form and contact me. So, I've been thinking long and hard about this website, and I actually like this website quite a bit. I think that having the logos here, I know that it's mostly New Hampshire based, but the truth is that it is impressive. The services are laid out quite nicely on the homepage. Once again, all of the clients and this information, this contact form, yeah, it's fine to have it on the homepage. I'm not sure it's going to drive many people to making contact with you that haven't already had some interaction with you in the past. But it's clean, it's well laid out, it's thoughtful, the icons are nice, and I keep going back and forth. I don't know that we have to do a tremendous amount of changing with regards to the site itself and its structure. Um, the only issue, once again, is the HTTPS, and that could be a problem. If we decide that it makes sense at this point, then we could certainly rebuild this in Squarespace, but the structure and the look will have to be different. So now that I've said that, let me tell you about the things that I see right out of the gate. The first, I'm never a big fan of this scrolling image because just as I get to focus on what it is, it zips out of the way. So I would set this for a longer period of time, or at least include arrows if you can in Wix, so that you could control it. The visitor can control it themselves. The other big thing that I see is uh, uh, this information, the social media buttons in the top navigation. I've never ever been a fan of it. The way I think, if you're going to spend all of this time and money marketing your organization just to get them to the website, this would be the last thing you would want them to do is to click off your website and go somewhere else. So in my mind, these things should go away. Um, and we really should just kind of bury them at the bottom of the page. It's one thing to get likes, that I usually drop them in the footer. It's one thing to get the shares, have people share your pages. It's another thing altogether to have them leave your pages. Okay, so that's the first thing. Services, fantastic. I think that this lays out beautifully. I actually like the way it works. Um, if there was additional information, we could have buttons in here that say learn more. But we talked a little bit about this. The big thing for me here is the lead capture part of this. So this is all great information about your firm. And the key would be then to, drive more people specifically back to this website and to build out landing pages. So the big things that are missing really are the blog and those landing pages. And I wanted to show you quickly, just looking at one of my client sites, and my own site for that matter, what we could do in terms of the process and how we might be able to get people to actually become leads, so that we can then market to them via email repeatedly, create some workflows, and have them uh, you know basically nurture them until they actually become clients. So let's go to Tolman first. Let me get there. So Tolman cabinetry, I think I may have shown you this. We really know that the one thing that people really want to know is they want to see the work. So in the case of Tolman, we're driving them to get to the portfolios on the home page. I do the same thing with a lot of my sites. So this is Citrus Hills down in Florida. We've got a big call to action here in the header, and then we have um, that call to action repeated here, the year-end offer. This is the year-end offer. And then these are the top three things that people will go to. This site actually is set up a lot like yours in terms of big banners and then information about what's underneath those banners. We call it an index site. So these are multiple pages that create this. And, in this case, we have portfolios that you can click on and see the images and kind of scroll through them. But uh, but all that's fine. The big thing here, though, with both this site and Tolman's, and frankly all the sites that I create, is having the blog, uh, you know, um, work as a lead generation model. These guys really use their blog to tout events and things that are happening because they're promoting tourism and trying to get people to come down, spend a weekend. They'll actually put you up for the weekend and then they try to sell you a house. But the interesting thing is that you keep images on the side so that people can see and click through to other pages. That's really important. Let's go to Tolman again. So in Tolman's blog, once again, we have big banner image because that's what people want to see. They want to see the work that this person does. But these are actually broken out by the blog post themselves. So we can click on that to go to the blog post. We also have teaser. This is the metadata for the back end of the blog. Tells Google what it is, and this is what the blog is, and this is the information you're actually going to see in the search engine results, this sentence here. And we have a sign up immediately for the blog. We're breaking their list down to individual groups, and we're going to send emails out to each one of these groups based on what they do. If you click on a blog, let's go to one here. You'll see, once again, big image, lots of information, the proper tags. So H2 tags, H3 tags, drop some quotes to break up the body copy. Really kind of thinking of the page as magazine-esque. A search just for the blog articles. And then we have our sidebar once again with call to actions, big images, and links back to those blogs. The most important part is this down here. It's the call to action, and when we click on it, it takes us to the landing page where we can download the guide. You can fill out this information. We get a little bit of information about you, and then we put you into a drip campaign. So ongoing emails that are sent out. In this case, we're using MailChimp to send out those emails. I use Drip. It's a more complex system, Drip is, with less designed emails. There's some data that shows that people, when they receive an email, if it isn't designed to look like a newsletter, like a constant contact newsletter or a MailChimp newsletter, they're more receptive to it. They believe that it's more quote unquote personal. So that's a reason to use Drip. If you're a design forward organization like these guys are, that's what they sell, then MailChimp makes more sense. But as you can see on the landing page, no navigation. There's only one thing you can do. And if you're not savvy enough to click on the back button, then that is the only thing you can do. You're kind of stuck clicking through. I wanted to show you Hecht architecture as well. You know, we just create these kind of giant call to actions to get people into the site. It does a couple of things. In their case, they really have only two audiences. They create. He's an architect and he creates designs really for MIT and Harvard, and then residences in and around Cambridge, Mass. So, once again, it's reaffirmed up here, but we structure it in such a way so that people can drill in further and we take them to different levels. So this is their residential architectural practice page, and each one of these is a link to a larger portfolio. So if I click on this image right here, it's going to open into a new page and then show these portfolios. I think that we could do something similar with case studies for you. It's a way of kind of driving them in and getting them to specific areas that maybe you want to promote. So, maybe it's all of your tourism and then individual case studies about the tourism. It's a way of kind of increasing the numbers of pages on your site. More pages equals more visits. And then on those pages, we could have call to actions that drive them to take a specific action. In this case, he is so busy, he said that he didn't really want any call to actions and he didn't feel the need to describe the project any further than the images. This is standard with architects, but they once again, I think the overall user structure here is one that's worth noting and one that actually works quite nicely. I'm going to go back to my site and show you a slightly different version of a landing page. So my blog is set up the same way. Here is the title. And I'm sorry, here is the title, and here is what winds up being the meta description. You click on read more. It takes you to the article. So H1 tag, H2 tag here, a descriptive sentence. We have links right away because we don't want people to be considered a bounce. We want them to link to another page. H3 tags, more links throughout, bullet points that describe something, and then once again, a giant call to action. And in my case, I'm taking you to a different website altogether. If you can see up here, it says means of production.leadpages.co. So this is a landing page that I create using a third-party system, Lead Pages, and it integrates directly with Drip. So the reason I bring this up is in your website, maybe we don't tear this down, or maybe we don't have to rebuild this if we're using a third party to create these landing pages. Once again, it's the same process, right? My logo's here, no navigation. Click to download the report. I've got my little wheel here that's telling you that, oh, you're almost done. The motion actually helps with that. You're putting in the email, your name, click to get the landing page guide. That's what I'm offering. That's my premium offer. Uh, Reinforcing what the guide is. An email has been sent to them. In this case, it says via MailChimp because I need to update that. I shouldn't have that there, but and here, click here to download the guide, the big call to action. If you click on that, it opens up in a new window. But I also want to try to get them to sign up for my blog while they're here. So if I can get them to do that, then I've gotten a double hit. I've gotten two things that have taken place. So I click on the guide, opens in a new window. Voila. They've downloaded the guide. So in exchange for this guide, I've gotten their contact information, which is the big thing that we want to do. So Drip is the way that I like to send out automated emails. I've used Mailchimp and HubSpot, as you know, but Drip.co is is where you can learn about setting up workflows. This will help you through that process and show you how to do it. And let's see, sorry, that's actually the back end of my campaign here on Drip. And lead pages would be the landing page builder. This is what I'm using to build landing pages. If you sign up for lead pages, and I don't remember what the pricing is, I have to find it. I want to say that I'm paying $20 a month or something like that. Um, if you sign up for lead pages, they're actually throwing in Drip for $1 a month. So, and this does the bulk of what I used to use HubSpot to do for, $700 a month. So the thought here is, can we build a really great blog integrated within this site? We can always have links out to your other blogs from this site, but a real kind of a lead nurturing, blog for this existing site. Um, if so, then we can use lead pages and drip to manage our campaigns and start to do some of the nurturing that is so important. Get those emails out. Get people to sign up for the blog so that you're top of mind. That's my thought. Anyway, I hope this is helpful in some way. You and I have had lots of conversations about this, and we will continue to do so. I will reach out to you to talk a little bit further about this before pulling a proposal together, and maybe we can set up a time after you've had an opportunity to listen to this and watch this video. Thanks. We'll talk soon.